Hello from Destin, Florida. Today we're going to look at four things from Numbers 31 and 32. Well, God says it's time. They're going to judge the children of the Midianites for all that was involved with the idolatry that was happening. So God says gather 1,000 troops from each tribe for a total of 12,000 and go and slay the Midianites. Well, the Israelites do start to kill all the men, including the prophet Balaam. But two, this makes Moses upset because they were also supposed to kill women and children, and this kind of gets us frazzled in our senses today to think, oh my goodness, they're killing everybody. But the point is that the children of Israel are God's judgment on the children of Midian because of their sins. Later, we're going to see God use other nations to do the same to Israel. When their sin is too great, other nations will judge them. 3, when it comes to war, they also have to observe their ritual cleanness. And they must follow the rules concerning dead bodies and gold and all these things. And so we're going to see that in the chapter. And number 4, before they get into the promised land, we're going to see that some of the tribes look at the land and go, this right here is good. Now, Moses remembers the problems they had with people not willing to go into the promised land. And so he's afraid that they are going to dishearten those other tribes from going in. So he makes them promise to all go in, conquer it all, and then that 2.5 tribes can go back to the land they like seeing. So let's get into it. Chapter 31. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, avenge the children of Israel of the Midianites. Afterward shalt thou be gathered unto thy people. So Moses is going to die before he goes into the land. We talked about that. And Moses spake unto the people, saying, arm yourselves unto war, and let them go against the Midianites, and avenge the Lord on Midian. Of every tribe 1,000 throughout all the tribes of Israel shall you send to war. So there were delivered out of the thousands of Israel 1,000 of every tribe, 12,000 armed for war. And Moses sent them to war, 1,000 of every tribe, them and Phinehas the son of Eleazar the priest, to war, with the holy instruments and the trumpets to blow in his hand. And they warred against the Midianites as the Lord commanded Moses. And they slew all the males. And they slew the kings of Midian, besides the rest of them that were slain, namely Evi, and Rechem, and Zur, and Hur, and Reba, the 5 kings of Midian. Balaam also, the son of Beor, they slew with the sword. And the children of Israel took all the women of Midian captives and their little ones, and took the spoil of all their cattle, and their flocks, and all their goods. And they burnt all their cities wherein they dwelt, and all their goodly castles with fire. And they took all the spoil and all the prey, both the men and the beasts. And they brought the captives and the prey and the spoil unto Moses and Eleazar the priest, and unto the congregation of the children of Israel, unto the camp at the plains of Moab, which are by the Jordan near Jericho. And Moses and Eleazar the priest and all the princes of the congregation went forth to meet them without the camp. And Moses was wroth. He's angry with the officers of the host, with the captains over the thousands, and captains over 100s, which came from the battle. And Moses said, have ye saved all the women alive? Remember, they had problems with the women of Midian, leading them away from God and into idolatry. So if they're saving these women, it's very possible that they will fall into that again. Behold, these caused the children of Israel, through the counsel of Balaam, to commit trespass against the Lord in the matter of Peor. And there was a plague among the children of the Lord. Now therefore kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman that hath known a man by lying with him. But all the women children that thou have not known a man by lying with him, keep alive for yourselves. And do ye abide without the camp 7 days, whoever hath killed any person, and whoever hath touched the slain, purify yourselves, both you and your captives, on the 3rd day and on the 7th day. We read that in the chapter not that long ago, that they have to have the special ashes from the red heifer. And purify all your raiment, and all that is made of skins, and all the work of the goat's hair, and all the things made of wood. And Eleazar the priest said unto the men of war which went to battle, this is the ordinance of the law which the Lord commanded Moses. Only the gold and the silver, the brass and the iron, and the tin and the lead, and everything that will abide fire, Ye shall make it go through the fire, and it shall be clean. Nevertheless, it shall be purified with the water of separation, thus with the ashes of the red heifer. And all that abideth not the fire shall ye make go through water, and ye shall wash your clothes on the seventh day, and ye shall be clean. Afterward ye shall come into the camp. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Take the sum of the prey that was taken, both of man and of beast, thou and Eleazar the priest, with the chief fathers of the congregation. Divide the prey into 2 parts between them that took the war upon them, who went out to battle, and between all the congregation. And levy a tribute unto the Lord of the men of war who went out to battle, 1 soul of 500, both of the persons, and of the beeves, and of the asses, and the sheep. Take it of their half, and give it unto Eleazar the priest for a heave offering for the Lord. And of the children of Israel's half thou shalt take 1 portion of 50 of the person, of the beeves, of the asses, and of the flocks, and all manner of beasts, and give them unto the Levites, which keep charge of the tabernacle of the Lord. And Moses and Eleazar the priest did as the Lord commanded. And the booty, being the rest of the prey which the men of war had caught, was 600,000, and 70,000, and 5,000 sheep, and 12,000 beeves, and 1,000 asses, and 30 and 2,000 persons in all, of women who had not known a man by lying with them. And the half which was the portion of them that went out to war was in number 300,007, and 30,500 sheep. And the Lord's tribute which of the sheep was 615, and the beeves were 36,000, of which the Lord's tribute was 312, and the asses were 30,500, of which the Lord's tribute was 301. And the persons were 16,000, of which the Lord's tribute was 32 persons. And Moses gave the tribute which was in the Lord's heave offering unto Eleazar the priest, as the Lord had commanded Moses. And the children of Israel's half, which divided from the men that warred, now the half pertained unto the congregation, was 300,000, 30,000, and 7,500 sheep, and 36,000 beeves, and 30,000 asses, and 500, and 16,000 persons. Even the children of Israel's half, Moses took 1 portion, 50 of both man and beast, and gave them unto the Levites, which kept charge of the tabernacle of the Lord, as the Lord commanded Moses. And the officers which were over the thousands of the host, of the captains of the thousands, and the captains of the hundreds, came near to Moses, and they said unto Moses, Thy servants have taken the sum of the men of war which are under our charge, and there lacketh not 1 man among us. We have therefore brought an oblation to the Lord, what every man hath gotten of jewels and gold and chains and bracelet rings, earrings and tablets, to make an atonement for our souls before the Lord. So all the ones that have survived said, we want to offer something to the Lord. And Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold of all them, even all the wrought jewels, and of all the golden offering they offered up to the Lord. Of the captain of thousands, the captains of hundreds, was 16,750 shekels. For the men of war had taken spoil, every man for himself. And Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold of the captains of thousands and hundreds, and brought it into the tabernacle of the congregation, for the memorial of the children before the Lord. Chapter 32. Now the children of Reuben and the children of Gad had a great multitude of cattle, and when they saw the land of Jazer, the land of Gilead, that, behold, the place was for cattle. The children of Gad, the children of Reuben, came up and spoke with Moses and Eleazar the priest, and unto the princes of the congregation, saying, Adaroth, and Dibon, and Jazer, and Nimrah, and Heshbon, and Elelah, and Shebam, and Nebo, and Beon, even the country which the Lord smote before the congregation of Israel, is a land for cattle. And thy servants have cattle. Wherefore they said, If we found grace in thy sight, let this be the land unto thy servants' possession, and bring us not over the Jordan. And Moses said unto the children of Gad and unto the children of Reuben, Shall your brethren go to war, and you sit here? And wherefore discourage ye the heart of the children of Israel from going over to the land which the Lord hath given? Thus did your fathers when I sent them from Kadesh Barnea to the land. For when they went up to the valley of Eshcol and saw the land, they had discouraged the heart of the children of Israel, that they should not go to the land which the Lord had given them. And the Lord's anger kindled the same time, and he swore, saying, Surely none of these men came up from Egypt, from 20 years old and upward, shall see the land which I swear unto Jacob, to Abraham and Isaac and to Jacob, because they have not wholly followed me. save Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, and Joshua, the son of Nun, for they wholly followed the Lord. You remember that when they reported. And the Lord's anger was kindled against Israel, and he made them wander the wilderness 40 years, until all that generation that had done evil in the sight of the Lord was consumed. And behold, ye are risen up in your father's stead, an increase of sinful men, to augment yet the fierce anger of the Lord towards Israel. For if you turn away after him, he will again leave them in the wilderness, and he shall destroy all this people. And they came near to him and said, We will build sheepfolds here for our cattle and cities for our little ones, but we ourselves will go armed before the children of Israel, until we've brought them into their place. And our ones shall dwell in the fenced cities, because of the inhabitants of the land. We will not return into our houses until the children of Israel have inherited every man his inheritance. For we will not inherit with them on the yonder side of the Jordan, or forward, because our inheritance has fallen to us on this side, eastward. And Moses said unto them, If you will do this thing, if you will go armed before the Lord of war, and will go all of you armed over the Jordan before the Lord, until he hath driven out his enemies before them, and the land be subdued before the Lord, then afterward ye shall return, and shall be guiltless before the Lord, and before Israel, and this land shall be your possession before the Lord. But if you will not do so, behold, you have sinned against the Lord, and your sin will find you out. That's always true. Build your cities for your little ones and sheepfolds, and do that which proceedeth out of your mouth. And the children of Gad and Reuben spoke unto Moses, saying, The servants will do as my Lord commandeth. Our little ones, our wives, our flocks, and our cattle shall be there in the cities of Gilead. But thy servants will pass over, every man armed for war, before the Lord to battle, as my Lord saith. So concerning them Moses commanded Eleazar the priest, Joshua the son of Nun, and the chief of their fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel. And Moses said unto them, If the children of Gad and the children of Reuben will pass with you over the Jordan, every man armed to battle before the Lord, and the land shall be subdued before you, then ye shall give them all the land of Gilead for possession. But if they will not pass over with you armed, they shall have possessions among you in the land of Canaan. And the children of Gad and the children of Reuben answered, saying, As the Lord hath said unto thy servants, so we will do. But I've got to warn you, it's going to cause problems later. That's my part. And we will pass over armed before the Lord into the land of Canaan, and the land of possession of our inheritance on this side of the Jordan may be ours. And Moses gave to them, even to the children of Gad and to Reuben and half the tribe of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, the kingdom of Og, the king of Bashan, the land with the cities and thereof, and the coasts, even the cities of the country round about. The children of Gad built Dibon and Adaroth and Oror and Atroth and Shophan and Jazar and Jogbehah and Beth Nimrah and Beth Haran, fenced cities and folds for sheep. The children of Reuben built Heshbon and Elilah and Kirjathim and Nebo and Baal-Meon, their names being changed, and Shibmah, and gave other names to cities which they built. And the children of Machir, the sons of Manasseh, went to Gilead and took it, and dispossessed the Amorite which was in it. And Moses gave Gilead unto Machir, the son of Manasseh, and he dwelt there. And Jair, the son of Manasseh, went and took the small towns thereof, and called them Havoth-Jair. And Nobah went and took Canath of the villages thereof, and called it Nobah, after his own name. So we're starting to settle in. We're kind of winding up the wilderness journey, and we're going to see how this goes as we move farther. Catch you next time.